Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to make a guide on how to get a very useful metal substance, black ice, and a spot that you can access early on in mid game. This is a guide for someone who has already reached northernmost part of the map and crafted all the steel, armor, weapons, and similar armors and weapons of that quality, and looking for a way to improve their weapons and armor even further. You get hardened steel from smelting steel bars with black ice in the furnace, and from that, you have a capacity of creating quite a large variety of hardened steel weapons and all the gathering tools. But the very important thing on top of that is a capacity to create a lot of epic armors, which you unlock at level 60. And it's not a necessary ingredient for all of them, but for a lot of them. So this will considerably improve your progression. And it's a necessary thing to get, I'd say, if you want to get from mid game to end game. It's a necessary part of progression. For this guide, I'm assuming that you already reached the northern part of the map in Exiled Lands, and you'll able to move up the river near ruins of Falstad, which will be used as a starting point for the entire route. To make this journey easy and seamless, I would recommend paying attention to several things. You'll need frost resistance. You'll need some very reliable armor that provides at least a bit of frost resistance. If your armor is not enough when you're traversing this route, and especially when you're reaching the final point, I'd recommend getting some food. Any spiced food is good. It's not that difficult to craft. Or there is a feast like fish feast that's pretty good, and there's also feast of Ymers which you can also get additionally, but any spiced food will suffice. And on top of that, there are also a lot of beverages that you can use that will provide you an additional frost resistance. The route itself is not too long, but it can be a little bit tricky because you have to travel through certain landmarks and certain gaps in the mountains in order to reach the end point quite fast. And you'll be traveling between two parts. One is covered with snow that requires frost resistance, and another part to the south that does not require frost resistance. And you're traveling on that edge. And I'm making a very detailed showcase of how you can get there. And you'll see a passage to the right before reaching the end of that borderline track, and you'll need to take the turn on the right, and I definitely emphasize keeping an eye out on it. And after you've taken that turn to the right, you'll be able to traverse up the hill, and before that you'll probably will not encounter any significant enemies. I try to make the route as safe as possible, and after getting up that hill, you'll find a few ramps that you can skip and that hardly do any damage. But near the end goal, there are several rock no rock monsters that you'll have to kill, like three of them. I recommend definitely getting some kind of a hammer or some blunt weapon with a lot of armor penetration. Anything with armor penetration will do really well to kill them really fast. And there's a hidden enemies that pops up to call them like one, but it's not that difficult. And you'll find several nodes for black ice, and mining all of them should provide a substantial amount of black ice from early on. And of course, obviously, you can return the same route that you came, and for me, it was the first point that I mined black ice. You're going to find a ton of black ice later on, but this can provide an initial amount that you need to start crafting higher quality items. I hope you found this guide useful. Give this video a like and subscribe for more Conan Exiles and Enshrouded content.